forever. There have been numerous video games based on Steven Spielberg's 1975 classic over the years, perhaps the most famous, or rather infamous, being the 1987 game from LJN on the NES. But in this video we're going to be taking a look at the short-lived software company Screen 7's first published game. In fact, the little-known Screen 7 only had 5 games under their belt. In addition to their debut title Jaws, they also released the helicopter shoot-'em-up Steiger, puzzle platformer High Steel, the side-scrolling action brawler Fallen Angel, and finally Crossbow, the Legend of William Tell, which was based on the TV series. The movie that the game is based on needs no introduction.
Slow ahead. I can go slow ahead. Come on down and chump some of this shit.
Directed by Steven Spielberg, the film follows Police Chief Martin Brody, marine biologist Matt Hooper and shark hunter Quint as they team up to stop a great white shark attacking swimmers in the resort town of Amity Island.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Not only did the film break box office records at the time, it changed the way movies were made, and did to swimming what Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho did for showers. Now, you would think that the game follows the plot of the movie very closely. Well, you'd be wrong. Remember that bit in the film where Chief Brody takes an underwater submersible to loot for pieces of a superweapon that Matt Hooper has dropped in the ocean? A superweapon that fires mega bullets needed to kill the shark? No, me neither. The game was released in 1989 for the ZX Spectrum, Amstrad CPC, MSX, Amiga, Atari ST and the Commodore 64. And it's that version we're going to be focusing on today. So you start off with 6 men, which are basically your lives: Brody, Hooper, Quint and 3 random divers. Like I said, the object of the game is to find the 4 pieces that make up the super weapon that will ultimately defeat the Great White. The only problem is, the underwater caverns are massive. 150 screens to be precise, split up over 4 areas, as seen here in this map of the Spectrum version, and you'll face a lot of aquatic meanies in the process. So don't bother trying to shoot the flashing sea creatures, as these are invulnerable to your primary weapon and can only be destroyed with mega bullets, the same mega bullets needed to kill the shark, and these are found by shooting the non-flashing enemies. In addition to mega bullets, the marine life also drop other items, such as extra lives, faster bullets, concussion mines that wipe out all enemies on screen, treasure which goes towards your score, and a limited shield for your submersible. But not all of these items help you in your search, and these come in the form of time bombs that count down and explode if you don't exit a screen fast enough, an energy drain that slows your craft down for a while, and the most pointless item is the invisibility one that makes you, well, invisible, but even though you can't see where you are, all the sea creatures can. Now, 9 times out of 10 you'll find yourself accidentally shooting these items as you frantically try to kill the enemies, which is an absolute pain, as some of them you will desperately need, such as the extra air tanks. And that brings me on to your air supply. You start with 250 units of air that gradually depletes, and this acts as a kind of timer in the game. But as if that wasn't bad enough, you also have another timer. A timer in the form of 7 swimmers. So every now and then you'll hear the Jaws theme, which means another swimmer has been eaten, as can be seen by the little animation on the heads-up display. Once all swimmers have been chomped by Jaws, you'll get fired by the mayor of Amity, and it's game over. Now, the 4 pieces of the weapon are all found hidden within certain sea creatures at the end of each area. After you find each gun bit, you get transported back to near the surface of the water to begin another dive into the caverns to search for the next piece. After finding all 4 pieces of the gun, which is already loaded with mega bullets, it's time to face off with Bruce to finish him off once and for all. For the final battle, you need to successfully shoot him 3 times, so you can only afford to miss 1 time.
Smile, you son of a bitch!
Then, after all your hard work, you get rewarded with this. Fin. Because, you know, it's a shark. Now, one thing that is missing from the Commodore 64 and also the MSX and Amstrad versions of Jaws is the ability to close the beaches. So on the Amiga, Atari ST and even the 128K Spectrum port of the game, there is a side mission of sorts, whereas whenever you hear the Jaws theme, you can quickly open a map of Amity Island, see which beach the shark is prowling and close it. But don't have too many beaches closed for too long, as you will run the risk of getting sacked, therefore ending the game. Now, after that, I need a beer and a holiday. What the? I think for next week I'm gonna need a bigger video. Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain.
For we've received orders for to sail back to Boston, and so never more shall we see you again. You all know me. Know how I earn a living. Bad fish. Not like going down the pond chasing bluegills or tommycats. This shark, swallow you whole. Shaking, tenderizing, down you go. I value my neck a lot more than $3,000, Chief. I'll find him for $3, but I'll catch him and kill him for 10. $10,000 for me by myself. For that you get the head, the tail, the whole damn thing.